My name's Scott. I started playing Slay the Spire last year. Slay the Spire was originally a deck building video game, but it was also ported to board game format. Your goal is to defeat increasingly difficult monsters as you travel through this tower, essentially. Ultimately, the goal of the game is to defeat a final boss. That morning, well, I woke up, it kind of felt like any other day. I texted Ben, I texted Sam, two of my best friends, and I said, hey, we should get together and slay. Now listen, I've played a lot of Slay the Spire, and usually you can tell in the first 5 or 6 rounds if your deck is off to a good start, if you're strong. Let's just say we were not doing well. It felt like even the most mild waves of enemies were taking us to the very edge. We were escaping from combat with maybe a hit point each. We were extremely terrified. I mean, it felt like literal life and death stakes. But yeah, I mean, it was a scary start. So after a very shaky Act 1, things weren't looking better in Act 2. From what I could tell, we shouldn't have been lasting. We shouldn't have survived as long as we had. Things were looking, frankly, worse for me every round. It felt like my deck was somehow getting worse rather than getting better. We got to the end of Act 2, and we all kind of looked at each other and said, you know what, we could just cut our losses here. No one would shame us if we just turned around and went home. And then we all looked at each other and we said, really, have we come this far just to give up now? No. Give me a break. No, we said we were going to go further. We said we were going to see this to the bitter end. When I saw Deku and Donu, those two insurmountable shapes finally fall to the ground, dust settle, I knew that I'd proven something not only to the world but to myself. And when we defeated that final boss, we had slain the Spire. I just knew I was meant for something bigger than this. These monsters, they were merely reflections of the doubts that I had about myself. And at the end of the day, I'm the only one in charge of that. But at the same time, I recognized that I wouldn't have gotten there were it not for the help and the endless support of the two guys right beside me. Were it not for our combined power, we wouldn't have walked out that day. So, yes, we did slay the Spire. But I know that one day I'll be back. And I do know there's more. And I know that if I go back with my teammates with the right attitude, there's nothing that can stop us.